Having been in recruiting profession for over 25 years, I had the privilege of closely observing recruiting functions at corporates, many of them. What I really observed was that recruiting around the year had spikes. Sometimes they will have a lot of positions to work on, and sometimes they will have less positions to work on. So the recruiting team at corporates didn't really work at an optimal level at all the times. Sometimes they will just have less than 5 positions to work on, so not really using their full capacity and optimizing on their overall ROI. And what also really bothered at a lot of times was that whenever company had to cut cost due to economic downturn or the company not doing well, the first line of fire will be all the recruiters or the folks in the recruiting function. That's a little bit ironical, because on one hand you want to scale your business, grow your business, and you really need these fabulous and fantastic recruiters who is going to work over time and get and attract good and best candidates from the market and recruit for you. Now over times things have really evolved. Why not corporates maintain a lean recruiting team and depend on external sources to supply additional recruiters whenever there is a spike in the demand for people to be recruited, rather than have a full-fledged recruiting function and have many recruiters work over time when there are hundreds of positions, and suddenly recruiters sitting idle when there are single digit or less double digit positions. I think this model is going to be the future model. Added to this, there is a preference from the recruiter community not to work full-time with just one company and just work on few positions, but they also want variety and they want to work on a staggered manner. Future of recruiting function looks like that you will have a base level recruitment function. So there are minimum recruiters led by a recruiting leader who is enough to suffice for the demand of the corporate. But whenever the corporate is expanding or going to a different market and they see a big spike in the positions to be fulfilled, then they can actually look at external service provider who can actually give these recruiters on demand. So there are two very big advantages of this model. One is that you hire the person only for the time duration that you want that person to be with you. Second one, you actually can pick and choose the specialist. Suppose you want to expand into a new market, you need 40-50 salespeople to be hired. Rather than getting a tech recruiter in your recruiting team to work on the sales role, you can actually get a sales recruiter from outside to work with you for 6 months and gets embedded in your existing recruiting team as an extended employee in the company, and able to fulfill at a much faster and in a most qualitative way. The sales recruiter will already come with a lot of database of sales candidates, because that's what he or she has been doing for last few quarters or few years, and that's how they bring a lot of speed, quality, and also it becomes very cost effective. You don't really need to hire executive search companies or recruiting companies where you have to pay per hire. Here you are only paying for the recruiter, and the recruiter is bringing the specialization, the expertise, the speed, the quality, and the know-how of that particular function. Thank you.